the stock market, a place of dreams, risk, and fortunes. Yet, did you know that nearly 90% people lose money in stock market? But why does it happen? Is it because of lack of knowledge? Or is it because of any bad luck? Or is it because of something very, very deeper than all of these? Well, today we are going to dive into some of the psychology tricks which play a vital role in determining whether a person will be successful in stock market or not. And we'll discuss it in detail along with various examples and case studies. And by the end of the video, you will not only understand these psychological traps, but also learn how to train your brain to overcome them. Well, let me start with a simple truth. The stock market isn't just about numbers and trends. It is about human emotions like fear, greed, overconfidence. So, all of these cognitive biases cloud our judgment when we are doing any investing or trading in stock market. So, behavioral finance explains how these emotions influence our decision and lead to irrational behavior which are not expected out of a rational person. But before we dive into some of the specific biases, let me share an interesting fact of how our brain functions during stress. So, our decision making is controlled by two parts of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, which handles rational thinking, and the amygdala, which governs emotions like fear and stress. Think of them like two teammates working together, logic and emotion. But here's the catch. When we face some of the emotions like stress, like seeing our portfolio crash during a market downturn, our brain releases cortisol. So, what is the meaning of cortisol? Cortisol, you can consider it to be a stress hormone. So, this cortisol overload can literally shut down the prefrontal cortex, which is the rational part of the brain. Then, what's left in charge? The amygdala, which triggers fight or flight responses. That's why during market crashes, people panic sell their stocks instead of calmly analyzing the situation and thinking that whether is it the right time to sell this stock, or whether is it the right time to average out the stock, or whether is it the right time to hold because there are some upside potential in this stock. So these are the two emotions which dominate the stock market, fear and greed. Fear makes investors panic during downturn, which leads to selling their stock at a loss. Greed drives impulsive decisions like chasing profit without proper research. So these emotional swings create market volatility and it leads to poor decision making. So now let's talk about loss aversion, which is one of the common psychological traps. So studies show that losses hurt us twice as much as gains make us happy. Like imagine buying a stock at 1000 rupees that drops to 700 rupees. So instead of cutting your losses early, you hold on to it, hoping that okay, it will recover soon, it will recover. So then what exactly happens? The stock now crashes down further to 500 rupees, 200 rupees. This is what is known as loss aversion. It is a cognitive bias where we avoid realizing losses because they feel too painful. But ironically, holding on to losing stock often leads to even greater losses rather than gaining out of it. Like say for example, if we'll take the example of Yes Bank in 2020, this is my personal example, so I'm sharing it with you all. So many retail investors held on their shares despite clear signs of financial trouble. Because let's be honest, we couldn't bear to sell any stock at a loss. So instead of reallocating funds to better opportunities, what we basically do is we wait and watch our investments to shrink further. But this is one of the things which you should be avoiding after watching this video. Another psychological factor is herd mentality. So I'm pretty sure that when you had started your stock market journey, or if you're starting your stock market journey now, you will be greatly influenced by what your friends or family is doing or what your friends and family are buying. So it's very normal. So humans are social creatures. And in the stock market, this translates to following the crowd. Like for example, remember Reliance Power's IPO in 2008? It was oversubscribed 73 times because everyone wanted a piece of what seemed like a golden opportunity. But after listing at 450 rupees per share, the stock crashed due to overvaluation and it left many retail investors with massive of losses. Can you let me know in the comments? There was a recent IPO which had a similar fate. Can you let me know in the comments the name of that particular company? Well, moving ahead. So this behavior creates bubble where prices skyrocket without any reason, and when panic sets in, everyone sells at once. That's the reason the losses amplify. Now let's discuss about another bias, which is overconfidence bias. So many traders believe that they can predict short-term market movements and they can beat the market each and every time. Well, this leads to excessive risk taking and over trading. Well, if I'll tell you my personal story, back in 2018, I got addicted to trade in futures and options. So initially, I got lots of profit. Like even I realized 1 lakh profit in one day. But then there were situations or there were days when I lost 5 to 6 lakhs in a single day. So that's what happened back in 2018. I felt that I was being influenced by this overconfidence bias. So I wanted to include this particular thing from my personal story in this video. Also, there is a very classic example to it. If you'll see the chart of Vakrangee stock, which rallied between 2015 to 2018, so retail investors like us, we jumped in because we believed that this could ride its momentum indefinitely. But when allegations of manipulation surfaced, the stock crashed from 500 rupees to 30 rupees. This left overconfident traders with heavy losses. So how can we stop falling into these psychological traps? The good news is that we can train our brain to think more rationally, even under stress, even under falling market. So here are some of the proven techniques which I am going to share it with you. First is mindfulness meditation. So practicing mindfulness helps reduce the cortisol level and it keeps your prefrontal cortex active during stressful situation. Even 5 minutes a day can improve your focus and your emotional control. There are many applications out there. I'll leave some of the applications link in my comments. Spend 5 minutes a day and you will see a difference because I have personally applied it and now I can think more rationally not only while trading in stock market but in various situations in life. Second is, if you have just started your stock market journey, make sure you write each and every decision of yours. Let's say if you're buying a stock or if you're selling a stock, make sure that why you are making that particular move. What is the trend in this stock? What is the fundamental thing which you are be getting dependent upon to make that particular decision? Make sure you write that down. So this forces you to think logically instead of acting impulsively. So previously in money control, there was a feature where you can do paper trading. So if you have just started your stock market trading journey, make sure you do paper trading and write down why you're doing that particular trade, why you're taking that particular trade. And this will help you a lot in long term. Next is simulating stressful scenario. So you need to train yourself by imagining the worst case scenario. Like say for instance, if today you have bought Reliance shares and just imagine that tomorrow it crashes by 20%. Then how are you going to plan it? How are you going to rebalance your portfolio in such a situation? So set your rules in advance. So you can also use some of the tools like automated stop losses or automated investment plans so that your emotions don't influence your strategy. So here's an example many investors can relate to. So during COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, market crashed globally. I'm pretty sure you must be aware of it. So in all the newspapers, there was only single headline that investors are panicking, they're selling everything, and the stock market is touching the rock bottom. Like if you'll remember, in India, stocks like IRCTC, they crashed by more than 60% as there was panic selling in the market. But those who stayed, those who averaged their portfolio, those who started buying in such a situation, you can very well see where IRCTC is right now from the levels which it was in March 2020. Do you know, the most successful investors understand psychology better than anyone else. Like if you'll take Mr. Warren Buffett's example, so Mr. Warren Buffett's advice is that be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. So I personally use this advice in almost all the situation when I'm planning to go for a short-term trading. So like similarly, what you can do is you can avoid the herd mentality during speculative bubbles, like some of the shares which have skyrocketed because of the news. You can just remove the hype, remove the noise and focus on your strategy. Now let's recap what we have learned today. So our brains have two parts, logic and emotion. But stress can shut down rational thinking. Psychological biasness like loss aversion, herd mentality and overconfidence lead most people to think irrationally. So, to succeed in investing, you need more than financial knowledge, you need emotional discipline. So, train your brain through mindfulness, write down your decisions, why you're making that particular decision, simulate stressful scenario, make yourself sit in that particular scenario and lay down the rules which you want to follow so that you can make a better choice out of it. Well, the stock market is as much about psychology as it is about strategy. So, by understanding your emotions and avoiding common biasness like fear, greed, or herd mentality, you can make smarter investment decisions. So if this video helped you to understand why most people lose money in stock market and how you can avoid it, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more such insights. Since this is my new channel, I make sure to invest my 110% to come out with content like this. Also, share your thoughts in the comments below if you have any suggestions, any topic recommendations, anything which you have in your mind. And guys, make sure you don't fall into the trap of psychological bias. Thank you so much. This is Rajat signing off.